This is Coyote News.
Tonight on Coyote Sports, the football team wins a thriller, and we talk to a men's basketball coach. But first, the headlines with Devin Martin. Devin?
Thanks, Devin. The United States men's national soccer team has failed to qualify for the World Cup for the first time since 1986, after losing to Trinidad and Tobago 2-1 last night. Soccer fans across the nation are calling it the darkest moment in U.S. soccer history. The Boston Red Sox fired manager John Farrell today, just 48 hours after being eliminated in the American League Divisional Series for the second consecutive year. Farrell led the Red Sox to a World Series title in 2013 and had a 432 and 378 record in 5 seasons as the team's skipper. The Vegas Golden Knights became the first NHL expansion team to start 3-0 with a 5-2 victory over the Arizona Coyotes last night. However, that wasn't the biggest story of the game. It was their first ever home game, but it was also the first since the shooting massacre in Las Vegas last week. Every player stood next to the first responder to the attack as they honored all 58 victims with their names illuminated in gold on the white ice during 58 seconds of silence before the game. And those are your headlines.
Thanks, Devin. USD is off to their best start in the Division I era, but they'd face their toughest test so far this season as they welcomed third-ranked Youngstown State to town for the 101st Dakota Days game. Youngstown State would take the early lead, 7-0 lead, but the Coyotes would come right back. Chris Strevler finds Randy Baker with the back shoulder fade in the end zone, tying the score at 7 apiece. Early in the second quarter, Coyotes facing 4th and goal from the half-yard line. Kai Henry plows his way into the end zone for a TD, giving USD a 14-7 lead. YSU would tie the game, but on the ensuing Coyote drive, Strevler lofts one up for Brant Van Rukel, who makes the catch. The 22-yard score puts the Yotes back on top, 21-14. On USD's first drive of the second half, Strevler finds a wide-open Shamar Jackson, who breaks a tackle, and he's off to the races. 71 yards to the house, and the Coyotes take a 28-14 lead. Youngstown would come back and score the next 14 straight points to tie the game, but they left just enough time on the clock for Ryan Weiss to nail a 29-yard field goal with just 7 seconds left, and USD wins a thriller 31-28. The Coyotes go to 5-0 on the season, and they've moved up to number 4 in the FCS coaches poll. Here's kicker Ryan Weiss talking about his game-winning kick.
It was just kind of an exciting feeling of just kind of the whole, my whole college career of never, really getting my opportunity, and now finally getting the opportunity here and just making the most of it really meant a lot to me.
The Coyotes host Indiana State Saturday afternoon. Moving over to basketball, Coyote News' Lauren Solik is live in the muck with assistant men's basketball coach Eric Peterson to talk about recruitment and the upcoming season. Lauren?
Thanks, Devin. The men's basketball team started practice on September 30th. I'm here with assistant coach Peterson to talk about that. So going back a little, what did you have to do to prepare during off-season?
Yeah, we've been working out. In our off-season, we get about 8 hours a week, 2 hours on the floor, and a lot of it's just getting our guys in the weight room and getting them bigger, faster, stronger to help with the long season that we have coming up.
Okay, and now that practices have started, what is the team kind of striving for this season?
Yeah, we have a chip on our shoulder a little bit with what happened last year. We lost to South Dakota State in the semifinal game of the conference tournament, in a game that we felt like we should have won and lost by a point. So our guys have that kind of in the back of their head, and our goal is to win a conference championship. Our goal is to make it to the NCAA tournament, and we know it's going to be one game at a time to get there. So we just have to keep practicing hard, keep getting better every single day, and see where it takes us.
And what did the recruiting season look like for you? Yeah,
we brought in 4 new recruits for this year, and this fall we've been recruiting literally all around the world with 3 assistants on the road and our head coach. So we have 2 commitments so far. We can't really talk about them on camera, but we really like where our recruits are at right now, and we have 1 more left to get, and we have a good plan for that too. So.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks for having me.
On November 4th, the Coyotes will host Sioux Falls in an exhibition game, and the regular season begins on November 11th against Mayfield State in the Sanford Coyote Sports Center. Live from the muck for Coyote News, I'm Lauren Solik.
Thanks, Lauren. USD's strength staff has recently been certified in a painful but beneficial technique to help prepare athletes for optimal performance. Coyote News' Taylor Kidd has the story.
It's been called the biggest secret in sports performance today, and USD has caught the word before any other team in the Missouri Valley Conference.
So Reflexive Performance Reset, RPR, is basically a neurological response to reflexive therapy. Basically what it's doing is your body will compensate no matter what. So it's helping your body move in a more efficient manner, allowing your body to use the muscles it's supposed to use. Maybe you're compensating for your hip because your hamstring's not doing the job. Well, when you turn the hamstring on or activate the hamstring, then your hamstring's doing what it's supposed to be doing so your hip can do what it's supposed to do.
Although the end result of a reset has proven to be very beneficial, it's not the most comfortable feeling. Tickling and pain are often mixed, and sweating is not an uncommon reaction. Some athletes will even experience an emotional response due to release of stress, resulting in crying. Sophomore basketball player Taylor Frederick gets a full reset once a week, although she says her pain tolerance is pretty low.
For me, it kind of hurts a little bit, but I mean, I can tell the effects after I get it done, but other people on the team can handle it really well. I'm just not one of those people, but in the end it helps.
Bowman says the strength staff currently performs resets on members of men's and women's basketball, soccer, volleyball, football, and swimming and diving, and the overall responses from these athletes are always positive.
At the end of it, they thank you. They say they feel lighter, they are more flexible, they feel like they're walking normal with a little bit more pep in their step. Our goal is to just provide this tool that we do have, no different than we have recovery boots or Theraguns or whatever it is. We just have reflexive therapy that we can do on our athletes now that gives us a slight edge on everybody else.
For the Sports Report, I'm Taylor Kidd.
For more information on the technique, visit reflexiveperformance.com. The men's golf team took third this week at the Bill Ross Intercollegiate. Sophomore Matt Tolan entered the first round in first place, but finished second with a final round score of 76. Jacob Michael tied for 8th, and Tommy Vining jumped 14 spots on the leaderboard after shooting a final round 73 to tie for 16th. Scott Fudenberg finished 24th, and Tate Aarons took 46th. The Coyotes have one meet remaining for the fall season. They travel to Stockton, California for a 3-day invite beginning October 26th. Over to women's golf, the Coyotes took 4th at the Drake Bulldog Invitational, which was cut short due to inclement weather. Junior Lexi Peterson had her best career finish, tying for 3rd place. Jennifer Vincent placed 13th with a tournament score of 160. Abby Dufresne tied for 20th. Sonny Killian finished in a tie for 23rd. And the final point scorer for the Coyotes was Carly Kerrigan, coming in at 37th. That concludes the fall season for the Coyote women. They resume tournament play in the spring. 6 USD athletes took home weekly awards this week. In football, defensive end Darren Greenfield earned Missouri Valley Defensive Player of the Week, and kicker Ryan Weiss earned Special Teams Player of the Week for their efforts in the Coyotes' win against Youngstown State. In volleyball, Haley Dotsith was named the Summit League Offensive Player of the Week, while Ann Rasmussen earned Defensive Player of the Week. It was the first weekly honor for Dotsith and the 3rd consecutive for Rasmussen. And in swimming and diving, sophomore Sabrina Sabadiano earned Summit League Swimmer of the Week, and junior Sarah Shank was named Conference Diver Player of the Week. They both earned weekly honors for the first time.